When wielding a familiar weapon against a powerful enemy, at times you may unconsciously unleash a new technique. This is known as a glimmer.
What's up everyone, I'm Dan, and first of all just want to say a big thank you to Red Art Games for the review copy for Remastered SAGA Minstrel Song Remastered International on the Nintendo Switch systems. What began as a 1991 Super Famicom release eventually grew into a 2005 PS2 remake and now returns once more with an international edition, complete with upgraded visuals, new quality of life features, and for the first time full French, German, Italian and Spanish localization. It's a significant release for a franchise that's iconic in Japan but still something of a hidden gem in the West. Set in the world of Marius, the story lays out an ancient conflict between the gods, where the evil deity Sauron was once sealed away using sacred fate stones and the sacrifice of the hero Mercer. 1,000 years later, the fate stones are scattered, dark forces are stirring, and 8 protagonists set off on journeys that may eventually shape the fate of the world. It's a grand setup, but as with most Saga games, the story you get depends heavily on how you choose to play. This is where Minstrel Song's trademark free scenario system comes into play. From the very start, you pick one of 8 heroes, each with their own backstory, starting point and introductory quests. These prologues can last anywhere from a few minutes to an hour, and once they wrap, the real structure of the game reveals itself: exploration, side quests and lots of freedom. The main narrative, however, barely asserts itself until the near end, and those expecting a traditional JRPG arc may find the pacing a bit disorienting. But the flip side is that no two players will ever have the same experience. Starting the game alongside a friend means you'll both very likely end up with entirely different quests, companions, stories and outcomes. In that sense, it's one of the most uniquely replayable RPGs ever made. And with the true ending requiring 8 playthroughs, 1 for each protagonist, this remaster certainly provides value for those who fall in love with its structure. Combat remains one of the strongest aspects of Minstrel Song. It's classic turn-based JRPG combat that admittedly feels a bit dated today, but introduces enough unique mechanics to stay engaging throughout the long playthroughs. The Glimmer system allows new abilities to trigger mid-battle, combos can chain together to unleash powerful multi-character attacks, and BP management adds a strategic twist. Durability also plays a role. Yes, weapons can break, but inns and blacksmiths mostly reduce this system from a frustration to a mild consideration. It's not groundbreaking compared to modern RPG combat systems, but it works, and it works consistently. One of the game's biggest strengths is its enormous cast of recruitable characters. There are dozens of potential party members scattered across the world, including the 7 protagonists you didn't initially pick. Only 5 can join your party at once, but the sheer variety encourages experimentation. This remastered international edition also adds 4 new recruitable characters: Shield, Marina, Monica and Flamar, giving returning players even more reasons to dive back in. Exploration plays a huge role in shaping your personal adventure. Areas vary in size and scope, with some regions containing time-sensitive quests or ones depending on earlier choices, meaning it's impossible to complete everything in a single run. It's a deliberate design choice meant to keep each playthrough fresh. And it does, but it also means newcomers may feel overwhelmed by the lack of direction. This is a game that expects you to talk to NPCs, read between the lines and piece together your own path. While many aspects feel updated and more approachable, the camera remains a persistent annoyance. You can't rotate it at all, and this feels very rigid. Navigating caves, dungeons or maze-like towns becomes unnecessarily frustrating, especially when the game's environments are fully 3D and clearly capable of supporting camera rotation. There was many times where my finger was on the right stick just trying to move that camera. Visually, the remaster is quite striking. Character models have cel-shaded quality that gives them a crisp, almost toy-like appearance. Environments are simple but vibrant, and despite some textures and FMVs not being fully modernized, the HD upgrade breathes new life into the game. The art style remains divisive, its proportions and stylization are intentionally odd, almost like what a 16-bit sprite would look like in 3D, but it's memorable. The soundtrack by Kenji Ito remains exceptional. From sweeping battle themes to soft town melodies, the music carries the experience, and the addition of both Japanese and English voices is appreciated. The new feature helps smooth the experience. A high-speed mode better growth rate, auto saves, quick saves, mini maps, and a new game plus all improve playability immensely. Combined with the new localization options, this really is the definitive version of Minstrel Song. Minstrel Song won't appeal to everyone, but for players seeking a bold, unconventional, deeply replayable JRPG with classic gameplay that feels slightly dated but yet undeniably charming, this is the version to get. Remastered SAGA Minstrel Song Remastered International is out on the 9th of December on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $26.99 in the UK and $29.99 in the US. Are you a fan of the Saga series? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks to you as always for watching, hope you enjoyed the review, and until next time.
You'll pay for that!